Darren, that's scoreline aside, that was a pretty dominant performance from our part, I thought. Yours?
Um, Apart from when they scored and they had 10 minutes where we just lost our composure a little bit. Complete domination of the game. But the old adage that we just don't put the ball in the net enough. Never really happened to me here at this club. Just can't get the ball in the net enough. Don't score enough goals. After 15 minutes we should be 4-0 up. 4 great chances. And if you have that much domination, really obvious statement, if you have that much domination in a game, you have to score when you've got all that domination. They've changed the formation 3 times in the first 15 minutes. They didn't have a clue. We were completely dominant. They've stumbled across the same system as us, and even then we were dominant. Goes to 1-0 and you're thinking there's only one winner. But we just don't score enough goals.
I think first half we had 4, maybe 5 shots on target. They had 1 and scored from it, and that's it, isn't it? It's about being lethal when you need to be.
Yeah, I mean, it was said to the players at half time, it was a real test because we were completely in control of the game. Played really well. I mean, for 30 minutes, it's as well as I've seen us play for a long time. In terms of how we wanted to play, they did it to a T. We pressed them, we caused them all sorts of problems, hence the fact they changed formation 3 times. But you've got to score. I mean, how Sean's not scored from 3 yards, then Connor's had one, had an air shot, Luke James has had one. Endless, I mean, not even really good chances. And then, of course, you're right, they score with a first shot goal. We haven't tracked the runner. And then I thought we started the second half really well. Payne's got us back in it, and then I'm thinking, well, go on, let's go on and win it. And certainly doesn't look like losing it. Second goal's a poor goal to lose as well.
The change, obviously, at half time, Washington off and McLean on. Tactical?
Yeah, just simple as that. I had to. I felt bringing Aaron on, just, yeah. You have to hope that one of his strikers starts scoring goals, really.
Jack Payne scoring the goal, and obviously that when you want your captain to step in, that's exactly what he did. And from there, you would hope momentum could have carried us on. But obviously, their goal coming about was a bit of a shock to the system.
Yeah, I mean, it was against the run of players, both our goals were, and we were pushing and pushing. We had to be mindful that we didn't get done in the counter-attack. We've given the ball away in a sloppy area. And you know, Marcus has given it away, but even then we still shouldn't concede from there. And you know, it can be difficult for well, you'd call flair players. Marcus has been one of theirs, played in the number 10 position with the pitch and all. But he's one that will always get you something in a game. He'll either score or he'll make an assist. He's our top goal scorer, I think. So it can be difficult at him times, but that's why I kept him on, because you know he's going to get you something, or you think he is. But the goal, we've just switched off, and it's a really poor goal to lose.
Luke James got man of the match today, and thoroughly deserved. I mean, he really worked his socks off, didn't he? And he plays a sort of wide role, isn't he? I know he's a striker, but he's playing out wide, and it seems to be working for us. That
no, he doesn't play wide. He ends up wide a lot, but he doesn't play wide. He plays a striker.
It's not intentional.
No, basically, the second half he made runs wide because they play 3 centre halves. So that's where the space is going to be, and that's what we spoke about at half time. They went to a 3 at the back, and we know that. We know how to break that down, and I thought that's where he got a lot of joy in the second half. Great energy about the boy. He's a great lad, and I think he'll do well here. Listen, it's not taken off from him in terms of goals, and as a striker, that's the main stat that anyone would ever look at, including myself. But there's not, you know, we're finding that difficult, and we have to try and get some consistency, and then we have to hope that one of them gets on a run. But in terms of his performance as a whole, fully deserved the man of the match. I think it was really good.
So how do we go about getting that ball in the back of the net? What do you do on that training pitch to get those strikers to score? I mean, we've spoken in the past recently about using the loan market. Does that show more apparent today, or does it just mean you have to work doubly
hard?
Well, look,
it can't always be about at this level bringing in players. It's not as simple as that. I've got to keep working with them. We've got to keep persevering. We've got to keep doing the sessions with them, the finishing sessions.
But what do you do that's different?
We just have to be repetitive. We have to do all sorts of finishes, crosses, one-on-ones, all the stuff that we do with them. I've showed them DVDs of some of the best goal scorers that there's ever been. We just have to keep going with them, and hopefully it comes off and they start scoring goals. At the moment, it's just not happening for them, and not just the strikers. That would be unfair because it's a team game. And it's unfair to put too much pressure on him, but sometimes you get that, and sometimes you just need a break. Like Luke's not scored, but he's putting good performances in. If it just comes off his backside, he might get going, you know. So we just got to keep going with him, and that's it. That's the key. You've got to just keep persevering and keep doing this stuff we're doing. Yeah, of course you can tweak 1 or 2 things, and the aim is always to improve them. But I don't want to put pressure on them, but at the end of the day, they've got to do it when they go on the pitch. That's a simple key to any footballer.
It's sad, isn't it? Because we just started picking up a little bit of momentum. You know, three games unbeaten. But you know, we've stood here before and spoke after a defeat. But this isn't like that, is it? I mean, because the work rate really was there today, and
it has been, and the players have been good. We should be standing here talking about another win and real momentum. 3 wins out of 4 it should have been, but we haven't, because we simply haven't put the ball in the net anywhere near enough this season. And we have created chances, as we did tonight, and that's not me, just the strikers, that's just in general, and it's something we need to continue working on. I felt there was a real frustration towards the end of the game with the fans, which I felt was unfair on the players, because I thought they put a good performance in, you know, and we've got to be mindful of that, and they've got to stick with us. Of course it's not great and all the rest of it. I just thought, you know, not everyone, but I felt the boos at the end were, I know the result is not the great one, but I thought as a performance in general, I thought surely they've seen that we're totally outplayed Gillingham.
Probably more out of frustration, in fairness.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, if you look at, we're in a period at the moment, probably gladly so, that it's coming thick and fast at the moment. We've got a game Saturday, got another game Tuesday, so it's, you know, we've got not very little time to turn this around and get back on it.
No, we've got a game, as you say, Saturday, a few days before tonight. I think we've got 6 games in 3 weeks. They'll come thick and fast, and then what you want to be after all those games. You know, you're then talking about you're right at the business end of the season, and you've got to make sure that if we can be, we're close enough to challenge for that 6th spot. Tonight's a blow. I have to say, it's a big blow for us as a result tonight.